well, I can. I would. I promise you I would. But I would be fired if I give my number out to customers. So then
Oh.
slide right later.
All right. Does anybody have any questions on the quiz I gave back?
When do we turn corrections?
What?
When do we turn corrections?
Whenever you get them done.
Are we gonna go over it?
The quiz?
Can we go over?
If somebody has a question on one of the things, then we can go over that. Yes.
Can we go over question 25, please?
Okay. What lesson was it? It was 2-1. And you wanted number what?
25. Then there might be a fault on your part. No.
Well, she wasn't here last time, so there was a one that this is yeah. What? No, not for this class. No, it was for another class. No, you're not in pre-calculus. Which number, Riley? Number 25. Actually, what I'm going to do is go watch that part of the video that you clearly didn't watch from the day you missed, because I already went over that one. So go to YouTube, and then you go to Ember Learning Labs, and then there's a tab that'll say Live, and you're looking for that date and the class. I think it's in 2 parts. Yeah, we did 25, and so it'll be there. Awesome. Okay, so today we're on what, 2-3? Does that sound right?
2, 3, 2, 4. Yes, sir.
Okay. And we did what numbers on 2-3?
12 through 40.
Okay. Number 12 is -1. Number 14 is -11.
Oh, I got that wrong.
16 is -70. 18 is -60. We don't need the commentary. 20 is -34. 22 is 43.
Wait.
24 is 3/4 n minus 14 equals -8. And then when you solve it, you get 8. Yes, I'm very serious.
Which one? 24?
Yes. 26 is n plus 2 plus n plus 4 equals -84. And then when you solve it, you get -30, -28, -26. 28 is n plus 1 plus n plus 2 plus n plus 3 equals 54. And when you solve it, you get 12, 13, 14, 15. 30 is -5 1/3. Good, welcome. 32 is 27. 34 is 96. 36 is -4. And 38 is -3/4. What questions do you have on those? Oh, we went through 40. Okay, great. No. $40 is n plus 1 plus n plus 2 equals 96. And when you solve it, you get 31, 32, and 33. Now what questions do we have?
You do 24.
Sure. 24. 14 less than 3/4 of a number is -8. Find the number. When we see less than, we say that than with the less, what are we supposed to think? No, that's what we're supposed to see when we see less. When we see then, what are we supposed to, or than, what are we supposed to think? Put it at the end. Okay, so the -14 is going to be at the end. So 3/4 of a number, how would we write 3/4 of a number? What? 3/4 times a number, right? 3/4 and then -14 is -8. So equals -8.
This is 24, right?
Yes. So that's part of the answer, right? Now what? Good. More specific? So we are in a minute, but remember it's going to be easier to get rid of the addition subtraction first. Because if we do the reciprocal, then we got to multiply everything, and we end up with some weird fractions and whatever else, right? So let's get rid of this one first. So how do we get rid of this one? Plus 14. Three-fourths n equals negative 8 plus 14 is what?
6.
It is 6, not 7. Now what?
Get rid of the 3/4 by multiplication.
By multiplying the reciprocal. You're really dividing, but it is multiplying the reciprocal though. So you're right and wrong all at the same time. Good job. So n equals what? It does equal 8. Thank you.
That's not negative 8?
No, because they're both positive. What other questions do we have? Sure. $22 is 22 minus W over 3 equals negative 7. Now what? We do. Now, before we do that, I said earlier, well, you usually want to get rid of the addition and subtraction first. Why can't we get rid of this 22 first?
It's kind of like in parentheses, but not because they're not like rules.
No, it's not because they're not like terms. But it is, yeah, so I'm going to explain it even simpler than that, but yeah, it is kind of like it's parentheses. It's because this 3 is attacking everything, right? He's underneath everything. So we have to get rid of this 3 first, right? So how do we get rid of that 3? Times 3. What is negative 7 times 3? That's true. It is. What are we going to do now?
Minus 22.
We are going to subtract the 22. Now this is a pitfall, right? We've talked about this before. What might you get wrong, and why is it wrong?
The minus is behind the 22.
Yeah. So this minus is not applied to this. So you might a common error would be to subtract the 22, or add the 22 because of this negative. But that negative is on the W, right? Not on the 22. So negative W equals negative 43. That's true. Now what? No, it's definitely not. That W is not by himself.
You need to divide the W for negative 42.
You might mean the correct thing. You're not saying the right thing. You divide by negative 1, right? Yeah. Negative 1. Which is probably what you meant. There we go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What other questions do we have from this lesson?
I have one more question.
Do you, or did you just make a careless mistake?
No.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Okay, so number 28 on the integers, why are we doing 1, 2, 3,
because it's not odd integers. It's just all the integers. Like to get from 3 to 4, you wouldn't add 2, you would add just 1. Yeah.
I was thinking if it wasn't odd, it was even.
Right. So even if we're counting all the odd numbers, it's still adding 2 to get to the next one. Like get from 3 to 5, it's still adding 2, or whatever else. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Good question. Any other questions from this lesson? Good.
Can we do 28 actually?
28 actually? Sure, we can do 28 actually.
What? Just poke the bun.
Her hair. Her hair.
Find 4 consecutive integers with a sum of 54. Okay? So, consecutive integers are one after the other. Right? So this is just like the one in the video, except it's 4 consecutive integers instead of 3, right? Right? So the first one is n. To get to the next one, what would it be? N plus 1. And then the next one will be n plus 2. And then the next one will be n plus 3. I suspect that somebody has written a theorem somewhere that would do this for any number of consecutive integers. I suspect that exists. But we won't worry about that. What? 28 equals, what does it say the sum is? 54.
Good job.
Does that part make sense? Like where the equation come from? Good. Now what? Yeah, where are they? There's 4n. And then 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. Then what? So 4n equals 48. Then we divide by 4. And n equals 12. Let's do the next lesson, shall we?
I'm gonna say that I didn't do all of the questions because I didn't. Because I was lazy.
Is that how that works?
I was lazy.
I didn't do them because I didn't do them. That's accurate. That's not false.
Because I was getting through them. I was trying to do them quickly because it was last night and it was late. So I was going through each one and the ones that were taking me longer, I would skip over them to go back. But then when it got really late, I was just like, I gotta go to bed.
Okay, so there's a handful of things I have to say about that. I'm not, first of all, no, I'm not, none of them are that, actually. One is if, for whatever reason, life happens and either through fault of your own or fault of somebody else or combination, you're like, I'm not going to be able to finish all this work. What you should prioritize is doing at least like a couple from each chunk instead of doing them in order. That way you've at least engaged with some of everything, right? That's a good strategy to do. Number 2 is I don't care. When I'm going to grade the thing, like I'm going through, oh, done late, minus 90 instead of 100. It affects your grade a half a percentage, if that, like whatever. Like, I don't care. That's fine, whatever. As far as like it's very kind of you to feel responsible to tell me all those things. Good job. Way to go. But it's no big deal. And that does happen sometimes.
I considered skipping some of it 'cause it took me 2 hours to finish it.
It's crazy.
So many different colors.
I was really tired because I kept waking myself up.
We did what numbers? 10 through 36. Okay. Number 10 is 6. 12 is 1. 14 is negative 2. 16 is negative 2. 18 is 14. 20 is 4. 22 is 8. 24 is negative 27, negative 25, negative 23.
Wait, what?
Integers.
My fault.
26 is no solution. 28 is infinitely many solutions. 30 is negative 4/3. 32 is 12. 34 is 5. And 36 is negative 12.5. What questions do we have on that lesson? 22, please. Find the value of x so that the rectangles have the same area. We've got a rectangle over here that has got x and a 12. And we've got another rectangle that looks like these dude. And he's got a 16 and an x minus 2.
I was so proud of myself.
Okay, so how do we calculate area? How do we calculate area of a rectangle? What? Length times width. That's the slope-intercept form of a line, which we haven't technically even learned yet. We've learned it, but we haven't technically even got there. That's okay, that happens. Next year it'll be even worse. I don't know, consecutive interior, I don't know, vertical, I don't know, something. Some math words got to be right. I would think about investing in flashcards like now for next year, because you're going to want them next year.
Get them.
Next year, got lots of vocabulary.
Last year, I had flashcards. They all had random words on them.
So
because
good.
They were like the previous flashcards for sign language class. So I was like, hamburger.
Y'all are going to make a really fun geometry class. I'm looking forward to next year. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be great. All right. So, what you said was accurate. Area equals length times width. Great. So to find this area, be 12 times x. 12x. To find this area, be x minus 2 times 16. And we want them to be the same, right? So, because the question says we want them to be the same, so we want 12x to equal 16 times x minus 2. Right?
That makes more sense.
Now, a place where you might make a mistake, are y'all okay?
No.
A place where you might make a mistake would be not thinking about the fact that this 16 is actually times everything, right? And you'd write that, which is a very different thing, yes? But this 16 is times this whole thing, yes? So he's got to be in parentheses. Okay, we should distribute, I agree.
Hey, that was a mouth part. I didn't do this part. What's happening? That's called a workshop.
We're going back to 6th grade for some reason, making 6th grade jokes. I don't know. So that's what's happening. Or would that be more 5th grade? Okay, so what is 16 times x?
16 times x is 16x.
Wow. What is 16 times negative 2? Negative 32. Watch those signs. They get tricksy, right? Now what?
Plus 32.
Minus 16x.
Yeah, I made the mistake of adding 3x.
What is 12x minus 16x? No, not really. Signs are different, right? Negative 4x. Now what? Divide by negative 4. If your calculator is wrong, then you put something in wrong. Yes, because your calculator literally only does what you tell it to do. Your calculator cannot be wrong. No, you did 12 minus negative 16. That is 12 minus 16. You did minus negative 16. Look again. This is the second time I've had this argument today with somebody in pre-cal. My calculator did something dumb. No, you did something dumb. 32 divided by 4 is what? 8. Great. What other questions from this lesson do we have?
Quiz.
No.
Quiz.
I'm
Quiz.
not ready for that yet.
We're a ways away from a test. What questions do we have? Thank you. 14.
Shucks.
Why are you like this?
Like what?
I want it like this.
Mr. Sean,
Usually why
when
do
is
we
the
like
next
this?
test?
It's a ways away yet. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't have that memorized. I put it in the computer, so I don't have to keep it up here.
I'm not smart enough to do that.
Yes, you are.
I don't have the technological brain. You don't.
It's not that you don't have the technological brain. You might be ignorant about something. You might not have learned about something, but you could do it. Facts. Too many times, especially around this age, we start to like put. It wasn't that number. What were we doing? 14? Okay. We start to put a label on ourselves. That's where we get hang-ups, and that's where we get mental blocks with stuff in math or whatever else. It's not that you don't have that brain, and it doesn't. I've realized, I was on this bandwagon, and people, this is not wrong. But you look at this book like Multiple Intelligences or whatever, and some people are are better at math, and some people are better at English. That's true. That doesn't mean that the math people can't do the English and the English people can't do the math. And we start to get these ideas in our brain of, oh, I'm just not good at that. And you know what that does? It gives you permission to not engage with it. So stop giving yourself permission to pretend like a dumb person. Because I've met all of you, and none of you are a dumb person.
I just say something.
I mean, all of you are teenagers, so like by one metric, yes, you're a dumb person. But like as a part of your real identity. Okay, so we've got something crazy happening here.
Wow.
It's not actually very hard. It's just a little bit scary looking. What could we do? Times 6, sure, why not? That's legal, as long as we don't do it to both sides, right? Times 6. Times 6. Don't be scared, you got this.
Let's do it, guys.
What's going to happen on the left side? It's just going to go, right?
It's fun.
What's going to happen on the right side? No, not nothing.
Leave it there.
Nah, I'm not going to leave it there. 2 divided into 6. 2 is on the bottom. Because look, we're multiplying fractions, right? Can we pre-reduce? Say yes. What are we reducing by? 2. What's 2 divided by 2? 1. What's 6 divided by 2? 3. And what's 3 times b? 3b.
Can you figure out B from here?
What should we do now? We should definitely combine the b's, right? Which one would be less steps if we move that one?
Left one.
If we move this one, then we don't have to, because if we move this one, then we have a 0, and we've got to move stuff and divide stuff and whatever. But if we move this one, then it's less steps. At this point in your math career, you shouldn't necessarily be trying to do less steps. You should be trying to think about what can I do and then doing the thing. But if we start planting some of those seeds now, then you'll see that as we go. What is 3b minus b? 2b or not to be? That is the question. Now what? Divide by 2. And then now after we've had a good cry, b equals what? Negative 2.
I didn't like that.
I'm very funny looking.
Oh, wow. You read my mind. You said it. What did you just say? You read my mind. Just kidding.
Let's see. What was that grade on that quiz? Let's
Can we go over 26, please?
Yes, we can go over 26, please. I'm a little dyslexic. That's why I said random things. No, that's Tourette's.
Oh, no.
26 is the number I'm doing. I don't know what you're doing. We're just straight chilling. It is. Okie smoky dokey. I'm going to teach you something now that you're going to use a lot later. What is really obnoxious about this problem? Okay, so it's big. What else? There's fractions. This is an equation. When we have an equation, we've got a little equals, and we got fractions, if we want to, we can explode the fractions and make them go away. Let's do it. So, this is how we do it. We grab us a big old bracket, a big old fat one. And then we look at all of our fractions. And we want to find the least common denominator. So what is the least common denominator between 5 and 5?
1.
How about 5? How about 5, right?
Prime number.
So we're going to multiply everything times 5. What is 5 times 2/5? It is 2. 5 cancels with the 5. 1 times 2 is still, you guessed it, 2. What's 5 times negative 7?
35.
Negative 35. What's 12/5 times 5? 12. So 12h. What's 5 times negative 2h? Negative 10h. And what's 5 times 3?
3.
What's... Now what? Combined like terms, where are they? 12h and negative 10h, yes. Yes. It was like very loud.
So this will be 12h minus 10h, or is it?
They're on the same side, so it's just 12h minus 10h. The only reason the sign would change is if you're moving it to the other side. Mm-hmm.
This class is awesome. It is.
The more you do of these problems, the more you might like get to this step and be like, oh, I know what the answer is, I'm done. All right, because you can look at this one and tell the answer very easily right now. But let's keep on going. What should we do next?
Plus 35.
Plus 35, sure. I would have put the ages together at this point, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Plus 35. 2h equals 2h. What's 15 plus 35? 50. It is 50.
What are you talking about?
Now what?
I don't want to know. Let's combine the h's.
Minus 2h. That's true. Both sides. Ladies, I'm not going to let the two of you sit together if you don't start making 95s or above on your quizzes and talk to each other. Can't do like both. If you can talk and make 95s or above, both of you, we can handle it. But if we can't consistently do that, we don't need to be talking to each other. What's 2h minus 2h? 0. The variables disappeared. What does that mean?
No solution.
Possibly, or infinite solutions, right?
But that's wrong.
That's right. Y'all are stealing my thunder. You know better than that. Listen to what I'm asking, not what I'm going to ask. I know you're future tellers. I know you watched the notes video. Good job. Way to go. We have to ask ourselves a question. What do we have to ask ourselves?
Is it correct?
Is it true or false? Is 0 equal to 50? No, so it's no solution. Technically, it's actually the null set, but, you know, whatever.
Mr. Shaw,
You don't have to write it that way till algebra 2. Yes, sir.
I did this problem a complete different way, yet I still got it right.
Yeah, you could not clear the fractions, and which is probably what you did. You combined them, and then you did all this stuff. Right? Yeah, you'd get the same answer. You just have to deal with fractions.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you could do 12/5 SH minus 2, which would be what? Negative 2/5, you know, all that stuff. Absolutely.
I want to go over one more.
You do? How does that make you feel? Okay. Which one are you wanting to know about?
Not 26, 36.
36. No. But every time somebody says 36, in my head, what's his face? Little moron child. What is his name?
Jace?
That was rude.
Wait, I feel like a jerk. So I'm just thinking.
Dudley says 36. That was 36 last year. 37 last year. So, you know, stupid.
Oh. Yeah.
I watched it, but I don't know.
I feel like a jerk. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna-
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mary Winchester. And your mom went volleyball. What position would you play? I immediately first guessed it was bench warmer. I feel like a jerk. Wow. Tell us how you really feel, right?
All right. This problem is crazy. It's honestly pretty easy. It's just scary. It's just scary. We got to figure out the biggest trick to this problem is deciding what is actually legal to do and only doing that stuff. Not like trying to grab at things inside of parentheses that we can't grab at yet and whatever else, right? So what is something, anything legal that we could do? Distribute what, where? Negative 4 sounds like a fine place to start. Okay.
So 2p and negative 4, how are, if it's both, they're both instead of brackets, how are we going to decide?
If they're both what?
Are we supposed to distribute both of them?
No, because this isn't multiplied. Only this is multiplied. Only the negative 4 is multiplied, not the 2p. He's not attached that way. Okay. What is negative 4 times p? Negative 4p, right? What is negative 4 times 5? Negative 20. This, by the way, this path that we're on would not have been the first step I would have taken. But it's a perfectly acceptable thing to do. I mean, I would have divided the 5 first. But anyway, continuing. What should we do next?
I thought you said addition was better.
Not on this problem. What should we do now? Goodbye like ferns. Where are they?
2p and 4p.
Negative 4p. 2p and negative 4p. What is 2p minus 4p? Negative 2p. The signs are different. You subtract and keep the sign of the bigger one, right? Put this away and use your thinker before you use your clicker. What? Your thinker does or your clicker does? Your initials?
Like, what's your middle?
Cam? Because mine's Cam. Mine's
That's pretty good initials. That's kind of fun.
Mine's
Could be worse. Could be like rat or something. You know, that-
Herbal.
Anyway, what should we do now?
Initials? Just put the R out.
Yeah, we can distribute the 5. Sure.
Yeah, that. What is that?
I still would have divided it off, but that's fine. What's 5 times negative 2p? Negative 10p. That's true. What's 5 times negative 20? Negative 100. What now? Plus 100. So negative 10p equals what? 125. Now what? Divide by negative 10. So what does p equal? Don't click the buttons. Let's think in our brains for a second.
12.5 or 12.
Stop, calm down. Let's think in our brains. Means I'm going to say more words, and then you're going to answer those questions. When you divide anything by any multiple of 10, what do?
Move the decimal.
You just move the decimal. There's a number of zeros. It's going to move over once, right?
Negative 12.5.
It is. That's true. That's not what I asked yet, but I'm about to, right? So 12.5 is divided by 10. Now we have a positive divided by a negative. What is our answer going to be? Negative. So it's negative 12.5. Use the tool for the tool that it is, but don't let it mess up your thinker. Always use your thinker before you use your poker. Yeah, your finger. That's like my least favorite Lady Gaga song. It's such an annoying song.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can only listen to it a couple times before it's annoying. Yeah. One time.
Let's take a quiz.
One time my mom was so obsessed with the song that she, on a 4-hour...
According to what I wrote in my thing, we did last year.
Over and over.
But no, we're going to take one quiz.
4 hours straight. My headphones died within the 3rd hour. I was stuck listening to that song for another hour. Sucked.
For the first time in a while, yes, you may leave after you finish the quiz.
Why?
Because of what time it is?